Howdy folks, welcome back to SnowRunner. We are on the Yukon region and right this minute we happen to be in Flooded Foothills. This is the same truck that I ended the last video with, only I came across to this side. Because of the cabins issue, I decided to run an experiment, and I'll show you the reason why. If we go over here to any of these three, but we'll pick factory main block because we have the tracking already running. It says cabin times 2, like it's supposed to, meaning you only have to build and deliver 2 cabins. But look over here on the right side of the screen. That does not jive with that. That still says 10. And I wrote the community director or leader ethos. Haven't heard anything back. It's been a couple of days, but I reported in an earlier video that they had fixed this because when I looked at the job, it said 2 cabins. But at that point, I hadn't actually started the tracking on the job. When you start the tracking, that's when it pops up over here on the right, and it still says 10. So that's what I explained to the man. And what today's test is about is I'm going to try building and delivering 2 cabins and see if that satisfies that part of the job. So let's get to it. I'm going to try to get a couple from this log station, although it does not tell me how many it has. It might not be active yet until we do another job. I don't know. Ordinarily, it'll tell you how many are there. Maybe there's none there because I already used them for something. We can run all the way up to the sawmill and get as much as we want. But I prefer not to do that. If I can get a couple from there, that's 2. There's 4 here, so that makes 6. A couple there would make 8. If I can't get a couple from here, so let's see, I'd have 4, 5, 6. 2 more down here would make 8. And then I could make my way back up the hill and go back to the other side. I've got for the cabins part of the recipe, I've got a Kraz down here ready to pick up cargo containers. This Kraz I had left it up here when I didn't need it anymore, so I just brought it down here. Save 10 minutes worth of driving. Alright, Let's get out a map and see what we can do. We need to head over to the log station and then go down this ravine and cross the river to the other log station and then go from there. I'm not going to sit here spending a bunch of time making blue marks on the map. My throat's kind of rough today, so I'm sucking on a mint. I hope it's not too annoying. Well, now it has a yellow arrow for picking stuff up. That'd be nice to get 4 here and 4 at the other log station and be done with it. Well, maybe I misspoke. Those arrows are for something else. No, we're not going to get anything from here. There's no means of loading anything. So we'll get out of here and go. Let's go around the loop. And head along the edge of the lake and go down. You know, that could be one there, and that could be one there. But I suspect that I used up all this when I was doing the Flooded Foothills jobs. I wouldn't mind going back through at the southern gate. But it's hard to get down there without going all the way to the other side of the conveyor belt and past the railroad station and all that. Maybe I should have started out with the 8 lumber already loaded. Would have made the video a lot shorter. Or perhaps I could have gotten more done. If you look at it that way. All those arrows could be for bricks or wood, or metal beams. I think this is the right way. Get down the hill. Yeah, there we go. There's brick framing right there. And just down the road is a wood framing. But we're right in the area where the conveyor blocks the way, so I'm not sure. See, there's cabin zone 2. I wish all these brick framing were wood framing. There's brick framing all over the place, and the wood framing is getting kind of scarce. So I could stay up here until I got done by the conveyor, come down like this, and then circle up to that guy there. But that's not actually a road. I'd have to knock the trees down. But given that, let me get rid of these. Given that I know that I can't get any lumber from there, to get all 8, I do have to get that one. Or if I wanted to go through the southern gate, there's one up here behind the warehouse. Then I could send both trucks through this Big Salmon gate. See, this would give me 4, 5, 6, cross back over, use this to come back up, shoot to the other end of the ice flow, grab that one to make it 8. Yeah. Okay. So I'll go down the hill here. I think it's like this. And you come up here and you cross to the sawmill or the log station. And then you cross to this thing. And then you go back up top. I think it's right there. Yeah, there's the marker. See, we're gonna end up shooting the whole hour just to get shit back over to Big Salmon Peak. I'm afraid, you know. I was hoping to get the whole experiment done, but for that I would have had to preload the trucks. Slow down my wheel speed and it'll get through the puddle faster. Well, I don't know, maybe not faster. At least it'll get through it instead of sitting there spinning. This is no, that's a brick. I think we could go across anywhere in here. As long as we end up on the other side. There is a little rickety bridge at the very far end. I wouldn't count on it. Oh. Whoops. Oh, of course, no reverse like that. Come on. I've done this 100 times in the Kraz. But of course that was before patch 11. Here's where the actual road comes out. So we'll try turning left here. Yay, we're gonna make it. And we should be able to get 4. Actually, 4 lumber and 2 containers would make 2 cabins, which would satisfy the strict requirements for this little mission I'm on, but trying to think of the best way to get over to that island. This right here is real easy, but this here is pretty shallow too. Getting from here to here in order to cross is not easy. The route goes up here and then winds around like this and then winds around again. It runs you through that S-curve. So I'm thinking just see if I can maybe go like this. Maybe crawl that edge. I think I've done that before and gotten away with it. But of course, again, that was before patch 11. They may have made it too deep or something now, or too rocky. It's telling me that I need to get rid of diff lock, but I don't want to, so I'll just stop for a second. Yeah, this is gonna work. Okay. I could probably put it back in automatic. Right there is where we cross. And right there's my wood framing. Oh, I started to say that 4 wood and 2 containers would make 2 cabins, but I don't want to go back with anything less than a full load. One, two, three, four, five, 6. And we can go back up the hill and get the other 2 down there by the warehouse and go back through that gateway. So we need to, yeah, come up like this. I know down here by this corner you can cross. Maybe we can cross here. I know we could go across here, over here, and then across. I've done that before. Or you can cross here, up to here, and then cross back to this corner, and then come across. I've done it so many ways. There was a job in Flooded Foothills where you had to pick up spare parts right here and right here. And you end up driving through all this water to do it. So we're pointed there. So we might as well keep going that way. And then we'll try to run the shoreline. It's right there's the other island. You can see all the rocks on the bottom. So you know it's not very deep. It's just, can I pull the 8 spot across here as it keeps getting heavier? Whoops. Did it again. Where can I go? Where can I get back on the trail? You can see the trail faint. You can see the faint track right through here. But it's all trees. It looks like if I went straight across, I could maybe get through the trees. Come up here past cabin zone 2. No, take that back. Come this way. Uh-oh. Oof. Looks like we might get through it before we completely destroy the engine. Oh, don't get stuck. It's the 8 spot. There it goes. It broke loose from whatever was holding it. I think I have to go wider on that corner. But I have no reverse, so I'm trying to let it roll backwards. No, 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 no. You know what? We don't have to go all the way back up to the lake. We can run this shelf right here, right past the gold mine. Yeah. I just recognized when I was looking at that steep hill to the left, I recognized this part here as taking me past the gold mine. Every time I turn the steering wheel, it puts the brakes on because I have it in low range. Going forward rather than reverse, but I got enough. That tells me I can't have low range. So we'll do automatic, and I'm going to head towards the bottom of this hill and then go back up it. Instead of trying to ride the angle and have the sucker tip over. I think there's a couple places like that, and the other one is worse. Come on. That's the trailer catching. They made this rougher in patch 11. It was not such a bitch to get through here. I think that's the trailer catching more than the truck having trouble. There we go. That wasn't so rough through there last time I came through, which was the previous patch. And another spot where we're going to go down and back up. And here's the gold mine. And here's another Kraz with an 8-point trailer. I have them all over the place. I bet I got 8 or 9 Kraz trucks on this map. All set up with either 8-point trailers or an M747. I was running shit from A to B quicker than the wind sometimes. But the point is, whenever I needed a truck for something, it was never very far to the next Kraz. So we're 37 minutes and we haven't got 8 lumber yet. This is the rolled steel factory. We have to go up the hill behind the warehouse, which is, the warehouse is down at the bottom of this hill. Not all the way to the bottom, but pretty close. We're free of the snow for now. I guess you could call this the bottom of the hill. But I was thinking of the intersection where the big mud puddle is. Alright, that's the warehouse. But right now we don't need to go in there. We need to go up on the hill behind it. Well, it looks like right here, but so many trees. We'll see. I know I've been up there before. We'll eventually strip this warehouse, but not right now. We'll go around and get it on the way out. Or maybe not. Eight Spot's never going to make that turn. It's up against the house right there. Alright. Time for an alternate plan. As soon as I return. Give me a minute. I'm back. I was trying to hold it another 20 minutes, but not happening. If I didn't have such a long trailer, I could make it around there by going over the top of the outhouse and the picnic table, but instead, we're going to have to do some of this action. Not too much that way, though. I'd like to get that trailer going down the hill. But I want to see if I can... Damn it. Stop hitting the wrong button. Forward. Let's see if I can get in here and get my cargo. One, two. Buckle my shoe. We're ready to go. Now. I either gotta try and jackknife that trailer around, which isn't gonna work, or back it down around the corner, unless I can drive over the top of this now that it's gone. I'm going to try that option first. Still going to have to jackknife that trailer pretty hard. These 8 spots don't like that. But it's going to work. Yeehaw! Now back out to the road and head to the gate. Getting out of here with all the telephone poles or utility poles all over the place is no picnic. And I don't remember this berm right here. I don't remember that berm being there before. We'll make it. Look at that shit. 25 years of driving semi has to count for something. Now at this big mud puddle, turning right takes you to the railroad station and the place where you craft cabins on Flooded Foothills. Left goes to the gateway. And I can't cross over without stopping the recording and then starting it up again on the other side. So I think what I'll do with my last 10 minutes here is load the Kraz Chabors with its containers, get it over here, and then I'll start the next episode with both of them, both the trucks on the Big Salmon Peak side. Alright, here we are. Brake. Get rid of the engine. There's our load. I don't know if I can load the sea cabin construction site, railroad, Kraz Chabors. This thing will hold four containers. There we are. And we're off. Got 7.5 minutes to keep it under an hour. Doesn't really matter if it runs over, a minute or two or a few minutes. It just makes it a bigger file to try and upload. But this Kraz doesn't waste any time about getting around. This is a bad corner though. For getting an 8 spot around because of all the telephone poles. You have to be able to climb up here on these rocks to get the ass end of the trailer to clear the pole. If you got a truck that can't climb up over those rocks, well, you're gonna kind of be stuck. So here's that same mud puddle. See, the IX3880 made it through those mud puddles, but not quite as quickly as this thing. What I said I had 7.5 minutes? I only used 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I love my Kraz. I can't get way out where I've got a view of both of them. Oh, come on. Too close to the edge of the screen or what? Okay, there we go. That's not a bad picture. Maybe I'll use that for my thumbnail. Alright, well that about does it for this hour. I went into this thinking we could get the whole thing done. The cabin's built and delivered. Foolish me. Well, we'll pick it up in the next one on the Big Salmon Peak side. Remember, I can't record the crossing. So I'll take the trucks over and we'll pick it up on the Big Salmon Peak side. Thanks for watching.